Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between, welcome to some Sunday Night Overwatch here on Kaizen Esports. We have our T4 Round 1 Mixed Tier Playoffs between Hashira and Fantasy Star. Coming into Map 1, Lijiang Tower. Should be an exciting night. Both of these teams only lost one game throughout the regular season, so it should be some fireworks tonight to see who can make it into Round 2 and continue their run in the upper bracket. Going into map one, we have our four bands already in. We have Hammond, Cassidy, Baptiste, and Brigitte band. We'll see what these teams pull out. I'm expecting some of the usual comps, mostly from much of which we've seen recently, but we'll see what we get into tonight. I believe both teams are already ready, so we should be getting into this game now. You gotta love some Lijiang. It's one of my favorite maps in the game. Everyone loves this map. I don't think there's anyone who hates this map, honestly. And if they do, I have some words for them. All right. Come in. We're starting on the market. Let's see what these teams pick up for tonight. I'm not really too sure what these teams play. I haven't really done my research on that part. So these starting off from the Hashira side, we're coming out looking at the Zarya, Kiri, Lucio, Symmetra, Venture, and the Hazard composition with, hopefully not a Junkrat coming out from the side of Fantasy Star. That'll definitely be an interesting start for tonight. Alright, I'm looking at probably some fast engages coming from Fantasy Star. They're mostly probably targeting that Symmetra and Kiriko, forcing out those cooldowns. And then we'll see if Hashira can weather that Hazard dive. And it's Lalo going on to the Sojourn instead of the Junkrat. Would have been fun to see some Junkrat, but we can't all get our wishes. Here we go with the first initial poke. Alright, Hazard being pushed out pretty early, taking cover in this corner. Zarya's looking to see where she can engage at, and Lilyboy falling very low here early on, with Narcoma aggressing very early, trying to press that advantage, but they drop low, and the Zarya is taken out already. Kiri forced down TP. Hashira back on the point, and Lilyboy is starting to clean up here with his team, and they are just looking at a comfortable first fight win. I think right there, that's Narcoma definitely over-aggressed. They really tried to press that advantage on that Hazard when they drop low, but they just couldn't finish it off. See how they change up for the second push. Looking for some early engages. Hashira gonna go straight to the point, speeding onto that right side, trying to take that early advantage. Lilyboy goes with some pressure on point, but he's forced that early. Narcoma using a bubble already. Venture going for the base, gets bubbled. That's a trade on the DPS. Both teams down one. Hazard hiding in the corner. The rush comes out from Fantasy Star. Lucio falls, and the Venture falls. The turn rush comes out. Can they pull it back? Narcoma is going in full charge and cleans it up nicely. Trading rushes there. That's pretty good for both sides, mainly for Hashira. Being able to take the point there. Fantasy Star coming up on two ults here on the overclock and downpour. We'll see what they can do with that. Venture does drop low on Hashira, but looks like they were able to get out pretty safely. That's a very big interval from Sino, cleaning it up. That's 2 in a row here for Hashira. Only one ultimate committed from them. That was a really clean fight win. We'll see if Fantasy Star can aggress a bit harder. They did play that a bit passive. They kind of let Hashira surround them there in the end. The grab comes out. B comes out to counter. There's a lot of pressure. It's a big grab. Everyone seems to be able to live there. And Hashira loses Lucio in the trades. Come out, both overclocks come out, and 3 people rooted from the downpour. It's a big downpour coming from Lily Boy, and they are able to take out both DPS. Narcoma drops low, can't stall at the point. And they fall as well. With some late picks coming on to the Kiriko and the Kiriko. Moving into our next fight, we have Dab and Cooper both coming up on their ults. It looks like they're fighting for this Mega on the right. Both Kiriko rushes come out along with the beat from Hashira. Try to sustain through their own Kiriko. And Lily Boy and Talali both fall. So does Shadow Dancer. And it looks like Hashira won their ult trades there. And the point is going to flip back over into the side of Hashira. It looks like we'll be coming up on the final fight soon. And it looks like in terms of ultimates, Hashira do have the advantage here, both coming up sooner on theirs. We'll see how Star decide to play this out. They are at a bit of a disadvantage here. Hashira return back to the point. Venice start pushing from the outside. Kiriko on the flank. Forces Suzo already. Venture's low. Venture's low on the cooldowns. Fighting on point. Sino falls first. That's a big advantage for Fantasy Star to take this point here. Narcoma forced back, dropping low. Looks like they're about to fall. There they go. And looks like it's just routine cleanup left for Fantasy Star. Zombies falls late, but Toledo does get traded out. Hashira might have a recontest here. But that's a big kill onto the Lucio. And Fantasy Star take Gardens and first point here on Li Zhang. There's a lot of trading back and forth. That was definitely a fun round to see. I think Fantasy Star definitely played really well that final fight, being able to get the first pick early and take that first point. Now coming into here, we're on Control Center. Definitely more of a brawlier map. I don't think these teams will switch up any the competition too much. We have the Mei coming out from Dab over the Venture. Definitely a lot better of a Mei map here. A lot more close quarters, a lot more wall angles they can get, especially on that Zarya to burst them down. We'll see if Narcoma and Hashira can adapt to those changes. And Lily Boy is going on to Ramatra as well. So it's going to be a lot more brawlier, a lot more fist in the face from Fantasy Star. Coming on to these early picks, shield comes out. Looking for slow in the backline, Lily can't find it. And Hashira rotate onto the outside, onto the Mega. This Venture's a bit split here. It digs on the ground to safety. They're looking for any sort of engage. If Wall comes out, he's not able to trap the Venture. And fight rotates to 0 to point. Form comes out from Lily Boy. Looking for a kill here. Oh, and Midnight drops first. Zombies wall off. Can they help Narcoma? Doing his best, but Lily Boy does drop the advantage to swing here for Hashira as long as Narcoma can stay up on his points. And Shadow falls as well, and there we go. That looks like a fight win for Hashira. Can they get any of the staggering picks? They're searching for it, but I believe Talala gets out here.
That feels better.
Yeah, Lily Boy definitely fell very early during that fight. Unfortunate for Fantasy Star. Looking for the re-engage here. Narcoma is high charge. That's going to put a lot of pressure on him. And Tilalu falls. A well-placed shot from Trick. Narcoma tries to press the advantage, but they need to be careful of the wall. Cryo comes out early from Dab. Lily forms and tries to back up, weathering the storm from Hashira. Looks like Fantasy Star aren't afraid to keep engaging with their Sojourn down. The Soldier's now back up. Coming into this next fight, Rush comes out from Zombies, but Fantasy Star all rotate out to the high ground. Very good rotation, very good wall there to fight this Kitsune. How can they re-engage? Although Shadow Dancer falls early, they still commit. With Kitsune Rush and overclock the bumper Trick, but that's 2 kills from him now. 3! He is going off here. Can he get another? Zombies get traded up by Cooper, but Narcoma makes sure to clean that up. And that was fantastic play there from Trick to get 3 kills that fight. That was some splendid shots. Now we have Blizzard and Overclock coming up for Fantasy Star. Two very big ultims. Sorry gets cut off. Here comes the Graviton, and Beat to help survive from Fantasy Star. Doesn't seem like anyone got frozen. Narcoma is able to disengage, but is now back in. Looking at the Mei. Mei gets pushed away. Lilyboy re-engages into the fight. Venture gets out. Suzu used on the side of Hashira. So does Cryo get used. Lilyboy falls on points. Lucio falls though, is able to get out. Overclock comes out from Tilalu. What can he do here? Can he swing the fight in their favor? I'm afraid not. B comes out from Hashira. They're able to live it, and they fall on this second round. Fantasy Star unable to get a percentage on point for the second round. That was some much better play from Hashira this round. Able to shut down Duramacha and Mei swaps from Fantasy Star. And it looks like they are going to default back to this Hazard and Venture for Gardens. I think they did look a lot better on the Hazard. I think just they were able to engage a lot better with it. Especially with the movement Lily had on this character over the Ramacha. I felt like they just couldn't get into the backline, couldn't get any pressure. We'll see if they can do better this round. And looks like Narcomo's actually going for the Hazard this round as well. And then Trace is coming out from Sino. Hashira are first on point, and Lilyboy almost gets knocked off the map. My goodness, that was too close for comfort. And Fantasy Star are split here a little. Looks like they're trying to regroup on White. When Tililo falls low, he backs out. Sino tries to find the kill, but he can't. Narcoma gets walled off here, but Lily is dropping very low. A lot of pressure going into that White room. Fantasy Star, a lot of them drop low. They aggress very hard. Tilalu falls from Tracer, but they trade out to Lucio. Midnight falls. Dab fighting for his life on point, and Hashira just fall 1-5-1. This is very advantageous for Fantasy Star. They make sure Hashira don't cap the point here. They go to Hazard falls and carry TPs out. They might be able to get the kills here. Sino tries to stall out the cap here. Rio comes out. Lilyboy falls though. This fight could still swing back onto Hashira's favor, but with that Tracer taken out, it does not look like it. Fantasy Star get first cap onto this point as the fight still goes on. Narcoma gets back into the fight first. Fantasy Star without their tank. What can they do here? Venture looks for the Lucio. Midnight falls. Lilyboy comes back into the fight. Rush comes out from Cooper. Looks there, starting to clean up. Trick falls down from Tilalu. So does Zombies. A lot of pressure coming onto Narcoma. He falls low, and all that's left is some cleanup from Dab. Getting a nice little three-piece on the Venture. That was definitely very good in Fantasy Star. Getting that first cap really does help them, especially on those prolonged fights. Already at 35% here. Although Hashira do have rush advantage coming into this next fight. Seeing they might take advantage of it. Bench Dab is getting the hit, comes the rush from Zombies on point. And Dab falls along with the downpour from Narcoma. I'm not sure if it got anyone, but so much damage coming onto Lily. They are struggling to stay alive here.
This ends now.
Both overclocks come out, and Tilalu wins the duel onto Trick. That's big from them. Midnight looking for the kill onto Cooper. On the shadow, my apologies. And he falls. And Fantasy Star still have control of this point. Downpour comes out from Lilyboy. Not able to get anyone. Looking to try to stall it out just a little more. Both teams Respawn's coming back in. They're looking both even. Lilyboy very low here. Tracer falls from Tilalu, but so does Lilyboy. Cooper falls down from Narcoma. Advantage here to Hashira. Able to kill Shadow, and looks like Hashira is finally going to be able to get a cap on this point. Maybe just movie. Venture does get out, and they got it to overtime 99. But Hashira just need to be flawless on their defense here. They can't afford to lose a fight here, or else they will lose the map. Fantasy Star going for a rotation into White Room. Both teams have beat. Both teams are almost at Kitsune Rush. could be big here. Ball coming out from Lily Boy already. Just a matter of... Rush comes out from Zombies first on the side of Hashira. Shadow beats in response, so does Midnight. Trick falls really low, falls to the Venture, both soldiers down. Light comes on the point. Cooper being targeted by this hazard. He's doing his best to stay up. He needs this rush if he wants to win the fight. He goes for the rush, but both supports get rooted from Narcoma. That's big from him. That could just turn the tide and decide for Hashira. But Midnight falls as well, and so does Sino. Dab and Lily Boy just cannot be stopped on points. Even without the supports, they just keep on giving. Narcoma comes back on Winston for the touch. Bubbles already been burned. He can't stay too much longer. And it looks like Fantasy Star take map 1-1. That was an exciting map. Big plays from both sides. Honestly, I really thought that with both sports rooted that she was gonna win that fight, but Fantasy Star never backed down. They kept that fight going. And these are some good shots from Shuriken this play of the game. Getting 3 in this fight, I believe. There you go. That's how you get play of the game right there. Alright. There you go. Now we're gonna see how we do for map 2, I believe. What are our maps for map 2? We got Kings Row, Pirates, and Numbani, and Midtown.
For that, we're gonna head to a quick break.
And welcome back. We're just about ready to get map 2 underway. We are heading into King's Row. Fan favorite, everyone loves the map. And so far for our teams, Fantasy Star are coming in with one substitution, bringing in Connor for Shadow Dancer, so changing up their main support. And then looking at our bans, Hashira have banned the Ramatra and the Freya, while Fantasy Star banned the Venture and Lucio. Looks like both teams got fed up with the Ram and Venture. I would too, I can't lie. Pretty sure both teams are now ready to get this show on the road as well. Alright, here we go. I'm interested to see what both teams pull out for this first point. This first point's always really different depending on what team you ask. A lot of teams like the Diva here, a lot of teams like the Hazard or Orisa. You can honestly pull out any kind of comp here and it can work. Me personally, I always love playing the Diva here, but we'll see. We'll see what these teams cook up. Alright.
Ready for battle.
Looks like the Orisa coming out from the side of Hashira along with the Kiri Juno Cash Tracer. And a little and going into a pause here. Never mind. And Narcoma got kidnapped. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, Loki.
Alright, and apologies for the delay. It looks like Narcoma's been saved. Alrighty. And then Tracer, Sojourn coming out for Hashira. Looks like Tracer's gonna be the one marking the high grounds and the rotations. Narcoma just being a stalwart for some points. Then an Orisa Mirror. Those are always fun to watch. Orisa from Lily Boy with the Sojourn Widow Baptiste and Brick combo. Dab going for an early Widow shot. Can they get anything from it? Some shots onto the Orisa. That's about it. Swapping back onto the May. Got some early pokes going on from the bus and statue. Juno holding back point. Trick on that high ground with the Kiriko. Being forced out a little bit from the mirroring social Lalu. Sino poking him out a little bit. He's a little alone here. And Fantasy Star rotating throughout the hotel, trying to flip this point a little bit. And they just about do. Although Hashira start rotating towards the statue and really trying to keep it together on this high ground. Fantasy Star really playing on the back here, but they get the pick on the Sino and they start to aggress immediately on the point. Narcoma being forced back, but Leroy taking a lot of damage. Fortify comes out, but they go for a flank onto him through the hotel. And they're pinching Narcoma back here. That was a really good rotation from Fantasy Star. Hashira keep control of that high ground, but all they can do is really poke out until Sino gets back, and he is here. Immortality comes out from Cooper. A lot of pressure coming out onto both teams. Cooper falls, but so does Nakoma, and Midnight. Fantasy Star have advantage in numbers here. They cannot get Tilalo off that high ground. They try to, but Trick falls. Sino tries to stall the point, but he cannot no longer as Lily Boyd takes him out. Trying to get to the stagger onto the Kiriko, but Zombies is able to get out. Fantasy Star are pushing up. They're pushing hard on their advantage here. They don't want to let Hashira get control of the arches here. Lily Boy already at this Terror Surge a little before Narcoma. And they also have window ready from Cooper. Sano trying to take that high ground. Window comes out over from Cooper. Hold into it. A lot of ults coming out. Juno Ray into both Terror Surges. A double from Narcoma. And Narcoma gets frozen in the process. Zombies falls. And Fantasy Star trying to pull this back. That falls though is taken out. Sino comes from the back trying to get Lily Boy here. Narcoma literally just looking at each other. Lily Boy can't keep up with the dual pressure and they both fall. Although Fantasy Star do have respawns on their side here, but the double full spawn kill from Sino just stops any chance of any extra push progress happening from here with that respawn advantage. Cooper stands at the eyes of the devil here against Sarissa as the spear misses. Cooper, no fear, just pushing on that front line. Lily Boy is back, but so is the rest of Hashira's reinforcements. A lot of ults came out from both sides. Both teams still have the overclock, while Connor does have that rally to push forward with. And Trick is the first one to pull the trigger. He slides right in, gets the immortality. The backline of Fantasy Star is pushed back, but they re-engage with that rally from Connor. A lot of pressure onto Narcoma. The overclock comes out from Tilalu. Hashira run for their life, but Sino, Narcoma, Zombies falling one by one. They just can't escape the hands of Fantasy Star, and they take that next fight win. And we're coming up to that final corner on second point. Looking like I should have just one more fight to stall this out. Trick going on to the Cassidy instead of the Sojourn. Cassidy is known to work a lot better in these Orisa comps. Can that give them that advantage they need here? And Lily Boy is already back at the Terror Surge. He's built that up so quick. That might just be the deciding factor here. He does come to fortify early, but Pelado kicks off Sino. Narcoma pushing onto the point. Terror Surge pulls 3 from Lily Boy. Immo comes out. Take out the immortality. Orissa's left on point here low. Midnight falls. And Narcoma gets bursted down as a result. Zombie tries to escape, pinned into the wall. And it looks like Trick's gonna fall here as well. And so far, Fantasy Star have been pushing really well. They have 3.5 minutes here to cap this final point. Although this final point is notorious for being just very one-sided towards the defenders. A lot of teams do have trouble getting onto this offense. Narcoma swaps onto the Zarya here. Window comes out from Cooper. Fantasy try to take advantage of it, but they all get funneled into that back left corner. Lily Boy takes that shield perk, uses it to walk forward. And the Zenyatta came off for Midnight as well. They're trying to put a lot of pressure onto Lily Boy on the Orisa to burst him down. It looks like it's working. He falls in a split second. Cooper stunned that high ground, able to take out Narcoma though. That's very good positioning. Zombie shots force him out, but it's a little too late. But Trick does get the pick. Dad falls low, so does Telalu. They start to back up, and Trick is on cleanup duty here. That fight did start off really well for Fantasy Star, but Hashira held on strong to keep that advantage. And Trick falls really early to Telalu here, actually. They have the ultimates push forward of it. Fantasy Star really gonna try to press this advantage. They go onto point. That's window from Zombies. Try to put a lot of pressure onto Sarissa. Lily Boy trying to be really careful not to peek this, although the Sino gets the post bomb onto Dad before they onto this high noon, and it gets Lily Boy is out. Connor is solo taking on point. He's I'm not too sure if he'll be able to hold up much longer if a full charge is on in this space. Talalu's still on their back high ground, putting a lot of pressure, but he's out now. Although he does get an exit pick onto Midnight. Narcomo doing his best to build up to his grab here, trying to keep the high charge. He needs to be careful here not to fall too early though to some excess damage. He does well, he pulls out. Terror Surge and Pulse coming up for Phantasy Star into a Graviton and Transcendence. Two very strong ults for Hashira. They try and push out this Sojourn from Tilalu. Graviton comes out, the Soul onto Tilalu. The Immort is just out of range. You can't protect him. Narcomo pushes forward. Full spawn misses. Zarya falls low. Cooper keeps the high ground, doing his best to keep Lily Boy alive, but that Discord is just too much as he gets bursted down. It looks like Hashira push forward on their advantage and clean up the rest of Phantasy Star. And that Discord is causing a lot of problems for Phantasy Star. Lily Boy just gets bursted down so fast if he can't get rid of it, especially when he doesn't have the fortify. However, they still have their ults here. And they go over to the Reaper swap here. It looks like a lot more frontline pressure for Phantasy Star, although both teams are building up a lot of ults. Both teams have windows. There's the high noon. And he's not able to get anyone from it. He falls down. So does Connor. Full charge. Trying to push up with the Transcendence, but it just runs out as the Terror Surge comes out. Both zombies comes out with the window. And it's just, the flank window just does so much for them in that backline. Although Lilybo stays on point coming into the final 30 seconds. Tracer gets caught out, Sino down. And Zombie is able to back up, and Trick tries to pressure out the team on his own right here, trying to stall the point. Looks like Shalal is coming up on this overclock here. Would that be the deciding factor to win this final fight? Trying to ball down points. Discord's on Lilyboy. Needs to be very careful not to get bursted down. Immort comes out, but Shalal with the overclock. So far it gets the Immort. Zombies falls, but without a tank, they won't be able to stay on point. The Connor falls to this Graviton. And that Discord has just done so much work in just keeping that point pressure to a minimum. That Hashira looking to try to clean up the rest of these kills. Dab's still 11 point on the Reaper. Looks for the Zen. He gets it. Can he get another? Lily's already backed on the Doom, but the Emerald comes out to keep everyone healthy. Tilano falls to Sino. That blossom comes out. Narcomo uses his bubble, try to live, but he gets two with it. Lilybo cleans up the Zarya. Trick on the Genji. Can he make some heroism here? He falls low. Can he get the last three? He cannot. And just at the end, Phantasy Star can get the full cap. That was a lot of back and forth there. The fight keeps swinging both teams' favors. But Phantasy Star did really well to just keep themselves alive and just play their lives and just keep the pressure going. Hashira just couldn't stop them there. Even if all the kills they were getting, Phantasy Star were just too quick with it. And that's a strong full cap. Full cap on Kings Row is always very strong as well, especially because of that third point always causes teams trouble. So now we go on to Hashira's attack. What will they pull out here? I wonder if they were going to keep the Orisa Mirror. Since Ram is banned, I think we might keep it, although Narcoma's starting here on the Winston. Looks like they want to just take quick control of these high grounds. And then Baptiste Laurie coming out from Phantasy Star. Looks like Phantasy Star do want to do their best to keep control of that high ground and let Lilyboy and Dab just cover that point pressure. That's going to be a lot of poke damage coming up from the side of Phantasy Star. I wonder if Winston will be able to tank all that damage that does come right at him as he jumps in. Although he does have the Genji to help him out. But very different offense coming out from Hashira compared to Phantasy Star. Let's see if it works out in their favor. No early Widow shot either. They wanted to just get up and running as fast as possible. And they're looking for all the early poke damage. Narcoma is walled off really early here. He ends up with the solo dive. Simon try to follow up. He gets speared though. He falls really low. Tilalo looks for the pick, but he's not able to get it. They just live on that initial dive. All those zombies gets caught out with the spear. That's a really big pick from Lilyboy. That's all that poke pressure coming in that Hashira just can't weather. They all just fall very low, cowering in the room. Dab ends up with a cryo. He's in that room. He's in there with Lilyboy. Trick does find Tilalo though. Lilyboy is pushing really hard to get that up. Trade, and he gets it. Narcoma falls, but not before Sino can clean up Dab. Can he get another here? And he is not able to. Well, Midnight is still here trying to run for his life. Fantasy Star really looking for. He falls so low, and they just can't get it. Lilyboy's pushed up really far though, bubbled off. The rest of the team can just keep him off. Making Cooper and Connor work to keep that man alive. Narcoma goes in for the dive. Sino and Midnight dare to follow up. Narcoma falls low, while Lilyboy tries to keep Trick out of the fight. Trick falls low, he slides out, but Sino's able to get Dab. And Lilyboy falls really low as well to be able to take it out. Cooper pops the window, finds Midnight, and they're able to live here. Neither team has a tank, but Hashira just can't push up with that window so far. They're gonna wait here for Narcoma. They do have the advantage on the respawns. He will be back here before Lilyboy. As Fantasy Star try to reset onto the high ground. So far it's only Connor up there. They're going for the back dive onto it. Sino goes for the blade. Immor comes out. Is he able to get one? He gets Cooper. That falls to Midnight. And Lilyboy falls low trying to re-pressure onto this point, but he cannot with that pressure from Trick's overclock, and Sino cleans up on that backline. No one able to take him out after that blade. He really split Fantasy Star there.
I'm on fire. Good to see
And looks like Hashira will be capping this point. 4 minutes to take second point. Looks like they're going to continue onto the Swinson comp going into second point. And Fantasy Star are trying to hold up. They want to hold these arches, but Narcoma is not letting them. Sino falls low, looking for early pressure. He is forced out. Narcoma's still in that backline. And they go for a split Toonie rush here. Connor is, oh, is the blazing sun hits his own team. He falls low, he tries to get out. Trick finds him, but Narcoma falls. Overclock comes out from Tilalu. He gets zombies. Lilyboy falls on point. Neither team has a tank. Tilalu trying to find that pressure on the point, trying to scare them away with the overclock. Dab goes in, but Tilalu falls. Was that a little bit of overextending? I'm not too sure. Dab is able to get out, but Trick and Sino hold down the line to keep this point going. With Narcoma, Midnight having the Ray and Winston Primal, they can definitely do a lot of pressure here, especially with Fantasy Star not having any ults yet. They're still 20 away from Death Blossom and Window. Narcoma goes for an aggressive dive. Dab straight onto him. Pops the Primal a little early, trying to pressure out the Reaper. They're pushing in with this Ray. Lilyboy is very split. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to lift it. He falls. It's just too late. Dab goes for Death Blossom on point, and he falls there. Unfortunate for Fantasy Star, but Hashira just went too quick for them to build up those ults. They weren't able to respond in any way, shape, or form. And it's a comfortable second point tap from Hashira with 4 minutes on the clock to get this third point. They definitely have a lot more time than Fantasy Star did. And with a lot more control this high ground, they might just be able to get a better push here. Fantasy Star don't really have any way of pressuring these high grounds. That Hashira just take them for free. With these free setups, Trick honestly can just reign supreme up there. Dab tries his best to pressure him out, but he has to drop down. Overclock from Trick. The window comes out from Cooper, but a 2 from Special Cooper and Tilalu both fall down. Trick is caught out by Lilyboy, but he can't stay up any longer. Connor left alone on that point. He can't fight any longer. Midnight with a little double kill for himself. Dab gets out. Midnight are looking so strong here on this third point push. We're already on to the final fight with Rush and Blade from Hashira. Dab again goes try to push that high ground, but he just can't hide it into the Genji Blade. Tilalu tries to live through it. He just can't. He gets 4! He gets 4! He gets 4! Oh my goodness. Tilalu for 5-man team kill. The hero for Fantasy Star. My goodness, he just gets them all. They thought they were safe from Sino trying to deflect it, but they just never got out of his LOS. And he just gets them all. My goodness. They cared that man. They made sure he stood up. Then Cooper back onto the Ana halfway to Nano Blade. Lilyboy with Terrorist Search. But Narcoma defaults back to the Zarya comp. They're looking to try to pressure out Lilyboy again as much as possible. But again, Hashira still have this free high ground control. I'm not too sure what Fantasy Star plan is for this. Strix just getting free shots away. Dab is forced out. Lilyboy drops really low on point. He's without cooldowns here now. Fortify ending. He pops Terror Circle. Is he able to get anyone? But no. Hashira re-engaged with that Ray, but Lilyboy gets nailed on point. But that Ray is too much to keep up. Tilalu and Connor fall, but so does Zombies. Lilyboy's able to catch one out. They're looking at Narcoma. He's very low, popping the bubble. Sino's low. Midnight is left on point. Sino finds Cooper. And Lilyboy trying to shove them in a locker. He gets two, but he can't save himself. Midnight and Trick stay alive on this point. Tap it out, but Tilalu comes back on the Tracer, able to live. Susan and Recall come out. They're able to just live on point. Lilyboy's coming out on the Wrecking Ball. No, he's going back onto the Orisa. And then Cooper, I'm assuming he's going to swap back to the Ana. There we go. It's an early Susan from Zombies. They're coming up on 4 big ultimates for the side of Hashira. While Fantasy Star only have this Reaper Death Loss. This needs to be big if they want to win this fight. Early damage coming out. That falls very low. That's both of his cooldowns out already. And again, looks like Nakoma's trying to... He falls very low here. He's going really aggressive with this. He just gets it. Nakoma was able to stay alive just long enough to pop that Kabuton, and they just have too many ults that Fantasy Star can't keep up. Too many ults, not enough sustain. Hashira get the cap with 42 seconds on the clock. Narcoma playing it very risky. They're going for such an aggressive grab with so little HP. It caught me a little off guard. I didn't think he'd go for it. But we are going into overtime here on King's Row.
Initiating match.
So far, I think Hashira definitely looks stronger on the offense. Fantasy Star have been struggling to stop their reign of terror on these London streets. But with a little magic, they might just be able to. They need more of what Tilalu has been putting on for a show here. Now we need to see how Fantasy Star adapt to this first point offense. Or how Hashira adapt to the Orisa first point offense, sorry. Looks like Fantasy Star are committed to this Orisa comp. They think it is the way forward. They think it is their Bible. While Hashira aren't taking any chances, that looks like they're going to start with their Zarya comp. Again, just trying to burst down the Orisa as fast as possible, not letting them have any frontline pressure. That is their goal here, and so far I think it's been working really well for them. That Fantasy Star have struggled so much is just trying to keep up with damage, especially now with the Ana in the... Not Ana, I'm looking at the wrong team.
5, 4, 3,
Either way,
2,
let's see how this plays out.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
J'entre en scène.
They go for early pokes here on this statue. Narcoma looking to build charge. Lilyboy already falls to half, but he is comfortable in the safety of the statue. Then they start looking to rotate through that hotel again, but they are kind of split. The supports are a little lacking behind, but they're able to safely get into it, and they flip the map again. But Cooper gets caught out on the rotation, and he falls very early. Narcoma able to build up a lot of charge. Lilyboy falls down, falls very low. Tilalu is out, and so is Lilyboy. Suzu is not enough to save them, and Fantasy Star just fell down. They just couldn't keep up. They got caught out early in the rotation. They're just very unlucky. Connor on the June to try to speed the team back to point. Would they be able to make it? Dab needs to get this touch onto the Tracer swap. Hashira playing very up to try to stop it with all their might. Cooper falls down once again. Lilyboy makes it to the point, but he is very low. Hashira is still standing strong. And they hold strong to keep Fantasy Star from getting any sort of progress on this point.
Round 3. Complete.
Now all that's left for this Hashira attack, they need one tick on this point to close it out.
Switching sides.
1 minute and 42 seconds. It's not a long time, but it's long enough to definitely at least get an ult fight or two in, which can be the deciding factor here. And I wonder if Hashira are going to start on this Winston comp again. I feel like the Zarya is working too well for them that they are just going to keep running it. But Fantasy Star just need to adapt to this Zarya. They just haven't been able to do so. Lilyboy just keeps getting bursted down much too quickly.
Ready for battle.
But Narcoma does go back onto the Winston. I do think Fantasy Star did play a lot better into the Winston. They were able to weather the storm a lot better than they did against the Zarya. But Hashira are just they're sticking to their first point plan. I respect it. And Fantasy Star are just gonna continue onto this Orisa comp with Ana Brig to help weather that dive. Or Moira Brig actually.
Last week,
This
my friends and I
Cooper's a little
sank a
undecided here.
Hashimoto
Going
party
back onto
bomb.
Yana. Alright. And Trick ready on the Widow for an early shot.
5,
And this time, looks like Lily and the rest of the Fantasy Star are all starting on the high ground this time. Looks like no one's going to be playing on Statue to start. So they're all ready for that high ground pressure and that high ground dive. Although the nade comes out quite early from Cooper. I'm not sure if it would be open time for this dive. It probably should be. Narcoma going for the point pressure early. Forces Lily Boy to drop. That leaves team without a tank on the high ground. He falls very low. Shield comes out. Suzu from zombies to keep Narcoma and Sino up as the shield all get onto the high ground. Get ready to attack. They're looking at Narcoma, goes for the jump, but Sino falls very low. He's not able to follow just yet. Narcoma in there a little bit alone. His team is coming up, but Lily is trying his best to stave off Juno and Trick on the point. But Sino is too much. Is too much in that backline. He just couldn't do it. And it looks like Hashira are going to be taking King's Row. And a question mark coming out from Dab. I'm not too sure what that's about. But Drake says he's just saying hi. Unfortunately, Fantasy Star couldn't weather the dive, and we get to see Talalu's play the game here. I do want to see this 4K. Or 5K actually. They just couldn't get out of it. There's that 4-piece. There you go. Solid map from both teams, but Hashira just edges out. It brings our series to 1-1. Both teams really want to stay in this upper bracket. And we looks like we're ready for our next little intermission as we get ready for map 3. Alright, and we're ready for map 3 here on Circuit Royale. Fantasy Star have banning these Zarya and Symmetra here. It looks like they want to keep playing this Orisa without having to worry about that beam damage. And in response, Hashira have banned Mei and Sojourn. So getting rid of a lot of the poke pressure that they can put on this map. And expecting Fantasy Star to come back out on this Orisa. Possibly even the Diva here along the beam bands. Although this map is notorious for its long sightlines. I'm hoping we get a winner here, get a little bit of a show. Let's see what these teams cook up.
Ready.
Yep, looks like Fantasy Star keeping on to the Orisa with the Freya and Venture along with the Bap and Brig. While Hashira go for more of a traditional comp on this map. We haven't seen too much Sig play recently. He has been quite weak in the meta.
To bring up painful
Sigma,
memories.
Soldier, Freya, Zenyatta, and Baptiste. So they want to keep that Zenyatta, keep a lot of pressure onto Lily, make sure he can't play the game. And Trick coming out onto this Widow. That's what we like to see. Or Pharah. We'll see when he makes it this time. Alright, starting on that high ground bridge. Looking for that early poke damage. Let's see if Trick can put on a show.
Escort the payload.
Coming after the early poke damage. Lily getting shot down immediately. Keeping that pressure onto him. To go on to our opening engages here. With Talalu miles into the air. You gotta love Freya's mobility. With most of that pressure going onto Lily Boy, that immortality comes out really early. That Discord just does so much work for Hashira. It just lets him push forward so quickly. Dive going in, very aggressive with the Ventures, able to get out just barely. More pressure onto the point. These Freya's trade bolts. Narcomo pushes forward, but he is forced back. Sino able to get the kill onto Telalu. With that advantage, you try to push forward, especially with that damage advantage with one team having the Freya and the other not. Dab falls to Trick, and Lilyboy is subsequently rocked down on point. This Discord on him and Amor taken out. Lilyboy falls. Shadow and Cooper run for their lives, but Narcoma and Trick do not let them go. And that's a very good fight one for Hashira as they kept the point pushing that entire time. I'm not too sure if Fantasy Star have a touch here. Dab tries to go for it. Narcoma misses the rock, and Dab just gets a touch on the point. How long can they live before his team gets back? Lilyboy gets back just in the nick of time, but this fort is permanently rooted onto him. Window from Cooper already. They push out Narcoma fast, but response Zombies has his own window. Although both teams pop out their old Shadow caught on the flux, but falls to Telalu. Lilyboy still alive on this point. They haven't been able to get him out of there. They want Narcoma down. Hashira can't push back. Fantasy Star able to just hold on to the point. Narcoma looking for an angle here to find a pick. Fantasy Star just not peeking for him. Although Amor comes out very early, Trick falls low. Lilyboy is going very aggressive for that push. Aren't able to get him. Walls come out. And then 2 hit with Freya Bolos. But Transcendent comes out. Lilyboy falls early with their own Bolos. Both supports fall low. Rally comes out from Shadow. Not able to stay up. Cooper gives his life for the cause onto point. And Hashira get that first point cap. Coming into second point. Narcoma pushing him very far forward. Doesn't want to let his team have to fight up onto the high ground. Although he does fall quite low. And Dab falls to Sido's bolts. He just couldn't stay up. Freya assassinating her targets. Taylor falls low, has to back up. Fantasy Star have to wait for their Cassidy to regroup, but Narcoma just wants to keep piling on that pressure. Cooper does have this window to swing out with, but so does Zombies. They pull out the window, Lilyboy pushes forward, trying to get Narcoma out of that pillar. Trick falls to Telalu, and Narcoma is caught out here on his own. He has the Etho, able to stay up just a little longer. Bolos onto the brig, but it hits Lily as well. Just go on the brig, they fall down. Sino going off here. Zenyatta falls really low. Tilalo looking for that kill, just can't get it. Narcomo finds Dab. And it looks like another one-fight win for second point for Hashira. These have been very clean wins here on their side. Fantasy Star have not been able to get a grasp on the game yet. Swapping over to the Ramachira, although Zombies is able to find Teilalu early into this fight. Narcomo just capitalized on this space without that pressure from the Freya. And Fantasy Star are kind of in a slump right now. They haven't been able to find their rhythm yet. And Narcomo's back with the Flux. Trick almost at sights, although both DPS ults from Fantasy Star. Lilyboy taking so much damage on this early poke. Flux comes out. He's able to get two. That pops the high noon. He's not able to get anyone. The Immort saves his life. This one on Lily again. Narcomo has to fall off the high ground, falling very low, but Lily just can't push forward. Too much damage onto him. And both these DPS are keeping that pressure up for Hashira. Although they do have to eventually fall back. Fantasy Star do get control of this high ground. But with that pushing forward and forward, Lilyboy has to drop here to put pressure on it. Narcomo shielding off that high ground, trying to get as much pressure on the Lily as he can. Window comes out from Cooper. Although a big bolus hitting 3 on the high ground. It's all of Fantasy Star falling low, although Solano finds Sino. They aren't able to find any of the kills onto that high ground. Sino falls as well. And Fantasy Star finally get a grasp on this game, able to push forward and get some ground. Lilyboy able to clean up, although what's going on in this backline here? Trick is still alive, staggered by Teilalu. Shadow refusing to kill him there. That's a good stagger, getting a late spawn off on the Widow, able to whittle the time down to 2.5 minutes. Fantasy Star coming up on pretty big ultimates here, although they need to be careful with this because Hashira can just live through all of it with that Transcendence. Lilyboy falling very far forward. And onto the Genji off the Widow. Lilyboy falls early. Narcomo and Trick push forward. Fantasy Star retreat back to their high ground. Without a tank, that's going to get a lot of pressure on here and force that final fight. They're trying to clean up Hashira. Brick Rally comes out. She falls. Bolos keeps him up through the Transcendence. And Trick is able to clean up. Fantasy Star forced back to this final high ground. And they have to drop. Narcoma and Midnight making their stand on that high. Dad and Leaf go into point, try to force Trick out. He retreats back to the high. Tracer recall forced out of Teilalu. He falls to Sino though. Narcoma with Flux for this final fight. How many can he get with it? Flux comes out. So does Immortality for Hashira. They're able to live through most of it. Shadow falls down. They're looking for this kill onto Cooper. He pops the window. He's able to get Midnight. And the Annihilation comes out from Lilyboy. Although they didn't touch point here, they just get it. And Fantasy Star can just live after popping 3 ultimates that fight. And Trick needs to fall down kick, but he gets the exiting kill on the Cooper. And he's able to get out with the safety too. Zombies and Sino on that high. They still have that high ground control. Fantasy Star unable to push back up. They're trying to make a stand here, but Teilalu falls low. Dab goes and try to hold down the point on his own. Narcomo's back. Bolos misses. Dab falls very low with that Discord. Sino and Narcomo falling very low. Lilyboy punching his way through the opposition. Discord comes out. And they're able to stay alive. Trick finally falling after being on that high for so long. And Midnight falls as well from Teilalu. With Shadow cleaning up. We're going into the final fight here. We have post-bomb and upcoming rally for Fantasy Star, while Trick and Zombies both have Window and Blade up. Trick needs to get this Blade off before Shadow's able to respond with that rally, or else he will struggle to get value off of it. But Teilalu falls early to Sino. Hashira pushes advantage. Zombies pops the window and Blade comes out from Trick. He's able to get the Sept Cooper and Shadow falls, and they're able to clean up with these 2 ultimates. And that's a full cap from Hashira in the overtime push. Unfortunately, Shadow falls before he's able to get the rally off. Hashira played that really well. It was very strong 2 points from Hashira, although Fantasy Star did really well at regrouping and keeping that pressure up for 3rd point to push her to overtime.
Initiating match.
Now, going into this offense here, Fantasy Star can't afford to start on that back foot again like they did on their defense. They need to make sure they really get going quick here, especially if they want to full cap this map and push another overtime map. I'm interested to see what they come up with. I don't know if they're going to stick with the Orisa or keep it going with the Ramattra. I feel like the Ramattra worked a lot better against Hashira's Sigma composition.
Ready
And
for
it
battle.
looks like they're going back to the Orisa, while Narcoma is staying on that Sigma. Sigma, Widow, Freya, Zenyatta, and Baptiste for the side of Hashira. They're still playing these sight lines, still trying to put up a lot of sightline pressure. While Fantasy Star starting on the Freya and Venture, looking for more kills, trying to clean up any damage that Telalu and Lily can put out on their heroes.
I always
Now
deliver.
let's see if Fantasy Star can get started on the right foot. They need it if they want to win this map.
3, 2,
Let's hope they do.
attackers in.
Skyrock coming from Narcoma. Will it hit anyone? It just misses Shadow. That would have dropped him very low after taking that early damage. That would have been fun to watch. We have our early engagements, early pokes coming out. Lily Boy taking that damage on point. Falls to about half. They're really trying to push that pressure onto him. Stab going for some Venture plays. Venture doing what Venture does best. Although Sino falls low from Telalu, landing some shots onto them. Hashira is forced back as Fantasy Star take control of that high ground. And now they're back to that corner. Midnight looking for that Discord on the Lily to try to pressure them out. Dab hunting down this Widow. Although Hashira do very well to protect her. Discord onto the Venture. Although Narcoma's rock gets stopped. Lilyboy falls very low. Walls come out from Trick already. Do their best to live. They live in that mega room. Lily gets rocked onto point. And again, just so much pressure. Just Hashira's game plan, just keep trying to put that pressure onto Lily to not let them walk forward. Trick forced back onto Widow. Window comes out from Cooper, putting a lot of pressure on Narcoma. He's flinged into Team Fantasy Star and he falls. A lot of pressure coming out with that Window. Very fast build-up from Cooper. Telalu is able to clean up that Zenyatta. And Fantasy Star able to win that very cleanly. They have a lot of time. 5 minutes going on to the second point. Trick gets taken out by Lily. Simon falls low, has to back up. Immortality came up from zombies, but it was just too late. And Fantasy Star pushing all the way up to the second checkpoint. Now Narcoma's coming back out onto the Zenyatta, wanting to put a lot more brawler pressure. That Sigma comp was just not going to work against that Orisa on defense. Window comes out from zombies to swing back out. Lily has to run away. Immortality comes out from Cooper. They're able to back up, but that cart is still on that corner, giving that high ground advantage to Hashira. Simon's able to find Dab, and Narcoma presses the advantage on the point. Cooper slowed by the Ramattra, taken out, but Lily falls low as well. Trick getting 1, 2, and Narcoma getting the last. That was very clean engagement from Hashira. Very good value on the Window to get Lily down and out. They have Sino and Midnight have Transcendence and Bolas coming up. To Lily and Telalu's Bola and Terra Surge. With Shadow coming up on Rally. Narcoma holding very far forward, not letting them get any space to try to cross this gap safely. Although he's kind of stuck in the corner now with Venture and Orisa just putting on pressure, but Sino finds that and Lily Boy. They just couldn't quite get Narcoma out of that corner. He's able to block for his life and let his DPS do the work. And they're hunting down these last two, although it's too far for them to commit and they back out. No one's using that fight for either team. We're coming up on 9 ultimates for this fight. So lots is about to go down. See which team gets the favorable trade. Zombies falls low very early, trying to play his life. Narcoma forms early and Horn comes out. Goes to Window. Transcendence keep the team up. Both bullets have come out. No one dies with the Terror Surge out into the bench. Oh, and they get Narcoma and Trick fall from it. Midnight down. Dab gets his 3. He gets the value from combining his ult with Lily Boy to take out Hashira. And with that, we had every ultimate come out from the side of Fantasy Star though, with only 2 coming out from Hashira. I think it is a favorable trade here. I think Hashira still have some fight left in them. I'm not too sure. It's gonna take a lot of work for Fantasy Star to get this second point. Going for the slow trick with Sino actually gets Tilala here. Trick's trying to hold onto the venture, but that is falls to it somehow. Falls down. Zombie gets the wind out. Lily's trying to push past it, but he can't live with that Discord. Narcoma and Sino are getting that cleanup going in.
Ready to throw in the towel?
Yeah, 2 ults used from Hashira. They still have the Annihilation, and they're coming back up on that bolus. And Fantasy Star still have nothing for this next fight. It might take 2, even 3 fights for them to get this 3rd point. Yeah, the ult rotations are looking so much more favorable for Fantasy Star here. Trying to get the early chip onto this rotation. This rotation's always such a pain to get through. So much damage can come off from that high ground, but they're able to just get through it. They make it to that pillar and that corner. Lily already falls very low. Has to retreat a little early. Dad looking for something here. Sino falls very low, able to back out. Orb of Harmony to keep him up. Tilala falls very low in the air, taken out by a trick. And Hashira cuts their advantage again. Lily was falling down to the Discord. Zombies cleaning up, and Hashira is cleaning up. Fantasy Star again just not able to get anything out of that fight. And they are coming back up on their ultimates. They have Bolus and Window, and they're coming up on Terra Search and Venture ultimate. But Hashira haven't needed their ultimates to win these fast fights. They're already back up to 4, almost 5. It's gonna be another fight, especially coming up on final fight here. Again, Narcoma just holding very far forward, not letting Fantasy Star get up, and Tilali falls to the Bola, and we're just too late. Dab going for that Zenyatta, pushes out the Transcendence, keeping up Hashira, and Dab falls down to Sino. He is doing so much work on his Freya. Shadow getting slowed down. I'm not too sure if he's gonna be able to live here. Falls down to the Annihilation, pushing into the spawn. Narcoma's not letting them a chance to breathe. And although he does get speared off the map by Lilyboy, this could be the chance. Trick is off the map as well. This could actually be Fantasy Star's chance, taking that midnight to turn the tide. That was a lot of ultimates used from Hashira to push him back to the spawn, but it wasn't enough. Fantasy Star had 5 ultimates here to take this one fight to cap second. And Hashira have no way to sustain without that Transcendence. They're gonna need to get so much value out of this window, but Cooper pops it first, not letting him peek. Nakoma falls so low, so fast. A window from Zombies to try to sustain on point. Imor keeps Nakoma up for so long, but the Venture, oh, it just does so much damage. He can't stay up. Trick does find a kill on the Cooper, but it's just not enough. Trick. I'm sorry for saying it's not enough, Trick. I apologize. I didn't know you were like that. He gets 4. Although Fantasy Stars do get the point, but Trick made a valiant effort to try to save the team. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
That really helps.
But Fantasy Stars have been cutting it really close, although they only used 2 ultimates there. Their ultimate rotations finally stabilized just a bit. They can look a lot cleaner on this 3rd point. They have 50 seconds to get to the final cap. Nakoma again up very far. It's a lot of pressure straight off him. Although Trick comes out with the ultimate, he gets caught up by the bolus. Nakoma falls as well, and they try to take their pressure. Pressure's just going hard from Fantasy Star. They're really trying to make a statement here, trying to get this final cap in. Hashira have bolus, and that's about it. Fantasy Star have 2 ults here. They have their advantage. They just need to make sure Sino and Trick have been going off this game. Hashira needs some heroics if they want to hold it here. Fantasy Star trying to take control of that high ground. Sino falls very low. Is he able to live here? Dab finds him. Everyone comes out early from Hashira, not able to save him. A lot of pressure comes out of point. Rally from Shadow, trying to pressure out to Narcoma with these stuns. Those Zombies finding this high ground for free, putting out a lot of pressure to the Tilala gets 2. Terror Search out from Lilyboy, able to take on Narcoma. Zombies left alone on that high, not able to live, and they get this cap into overtime. With them, we're going to another overtime on this map. These teams have been so evenly matched.
3-3. Switching sides.
Both teams with 1 minute on the clock to see how much progress they have.
Initiating match.
My oh my. You know, Sigma is definitely a struggle for Fantasy Star, but both teams have looked really good on offense besides that so far. With both teams capping first point very quickly, I wonder how far we're going to get with these payloads. And I wonder if we're going to continue on with these same comps. I wonder if Narcoma's going to stay on the Sigma again.
Ready for battle.
But Lilyboy's coming back on the Ramatra with Tilalu, and Dab on the Venture and Freya with the Baptiste and Brig. That comp has been working very well for them. Although Lilyboy on Ramatra, this is a new one for this map. We'll see how he does on it. And Narcoma's committing to the Sigma. Yeah, Fantasy Star are gonna play to just pressure out Narcoma with the Fists of Justice from Ramatra.
Welcome to Club Dominagu.
There we go. Freya and Widow coming out from Hashira, looking for some fast and early picks.
4,
I'm assuming the Widow's gonna switch, and Narcoma's actually onto the Ramatra here. They're not gonna get caught out by the Fists of Justice. They're gonna return them, but Trick is gonna commit onto this Widow for these first few shots. Fantasy Star need to play very safe, make sure they don't get picked off too early. Especially with this first fight being so much closer. Lilyboy falls low so early, has to force out the form. The Widow headshots do so much, but immortality from zombies to protect Midnight, and both of their supports fall low. Midnight falling very low, but Lily can't keep up. They trade 1-for-1. But Fantasy Star without the tank just can't get any pressure on that point. And Hashira is starting to clean up here. With Tilalu falling into Sino and Dab not able to stall for too much longer. Trying to get a pick on the Sino, but he just can't. That's going to be some good progress for Hashira. Them being able to make it to the corner. Not quite capping. They still have another fight here. Although both Freyers are starting to come up onto their ultimates. It's going to be a battle. Who gets the better bola shot here? And we expect to see some more ultimates later into the fight. Although zombies fall low very early. A very, very low. Lilyboy is able to get zombies. Although this one only, he's going to take a lot of damage here. He's able to get Midnight as well. Trick falling low on the statue. He gets Shadow, but not before he falls to Tilalu. He gets the bullet shot onto Narcoma and Sino and is able to clean up with the payload, landing just between the final two corners of first point. This is very winnable for Fantasy Star.
3.
And I think if they're gonna do it, I think Hashira needs to employ the same game plan of taking that first fight very early, because it would be too risky just to take one fight just at that corner. They need 2 fights if they really want to make sure they get a solid hold here. And I'm expecting more Ramadra's mirrors here. I'm not too. I think both teams might just continue on to the same comps. They've both been working for them, although I'm not too sure what more they could change up here.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, just about the same. And Midnight able to stay on that Zenyatta as well. It's been getting so much value on it. The Discords have been working so well. The focus fire from Hashira has been really good. Although it looks like Fantasy Star are thinking about this Lucio. Having more speed and trying to engage onto their backline maybe? Or going for some antis. Yeah, I think Fantasy Star are looking to take out Midnight these next fights. He is the #1 target if they stay on the speed. Still undecided what they want to run. Although Hashira sticking to what they know, sticking to the comp that's been working for them. I'm not surprised. It looks like they're gonna hold a little further back. They're not gonna try to go for 2 fights. They're gonna go for the one big hold on that bridge. And Tilalu immediately taken out early. This is not good for Fantasy Star. Early picks are not what they need. They need as much time as possible to get that card as far down as they can. Narcoma holding close to make sure they didn't get any value from that. Yammer coming out already from Cooper as Dab looks for those angles onto Narcoma's backside. Form forced out of him. Fantasy Star piling on the pressure to Narcoma. Lilyboy comes out with the form, slowed, not able to reach him. Dab onto that bridge, fighting Sino up there. Discord on him. Can he live through it? Yes, he can. Or no. Sino gets 2 shots onto him and he falls. Fantasy Star at disadvantage again. Narcoma trying to get onto the backline, forcing them away. Trick retaking this bridge, trying to keep that pressure up for Hashira. And we're already down to the final 5 seconds. Sino already at the bullet shot. if he lands his bullet shot, I think the fight might just be in Hashira's hands here. They're playing slow in this corner. Narcomo being very tidy with these shields. Although Cooper already using the Immort, Dab's playing very aggressive, trying to get to the Sino, and he goes down. Although they traded DPS, Narcomo trying to live on point as best as he can. Windows come out from both Baptiste. Narcomo stuck in the middle of them. Can he live? He can. Trick comes out with the high noon. Comes there early, not able to get anyone. Narcomo pushes past the window, looking for Shadow. He stays alive, going for the slow. He's still hitting him down. Comes the Annihilation. Immort from Cooper. Bullet shot onto Narcomo. He stays up. Discord on Lily. Trying to stay on point. Trick doesn't let him. And Cooper and Shadow trying their best to stay alive on the point, but they just can't. The Annihilation from Narcomo just lasts so long. And another bullet shot from Sino and Transcendence from Midnight to clean it up. And Hashira take map 3, giving them the advantage in the series 2-1 and taking us to a map 4 match point. Trick and Sino both pulling off some heroics this map so far. This definitely surprised me. This was definitely, my goodness. A clean up 4K, although just too late to save that second point. But that was an exciting map. Map 4, can't wait for it. We're gonna go into just one more break before it. All right, and we're going into map 4, Esperanza push. And we have on the side of Fantasy Star, we have Hammond and Cassidy banned for this map, with Hashira banning Venture and Freya. Looks like everyone got tired of the DPS just running the lobby and just having fun. So we said, no fun for you. You gotta play real characters now. Gotta play a real man's character. Either way, a lot more high ground this map. I'm expecting a lot more mobilities, a lot more dive comps, hopefully. Maybe some Diva, some Winston action. That's always fun to watch, hopefully. Hopefully, we might just get more Macho Narissa, who knows. But let's see what these teams got in store for us. Alright, and the Hazard coming out from Fantasy Star with the SOH and Tracer. And then Hashira and Narcoma back onto the Winston. And are we gonna see the bot, the Bastion bot, come out from Trick? Oh, baby, oh, buddy, that's gonna be fun. I think both teams here are gonna opt for Kiri Lucio, dab on Tracer for Fantasy Star, and then Trick mirroring it. No Bastion today, no fun. Either way, both these teams just about mirroring each other, with the only difference being the Haz SOH. Oh no, Narcoma went to the Haz. I didn't realize. It's just the Genji and SOH difference. A lot more long-range pressure for Fantasy Star. They're looking for Narcoma putting early pressure onto the high. A lot of damage coming out. Suzu comes out, and Cooper and Talu both fall into the shadow. This is a very clean engage from Hashira, and they dismantle Fantasy Star immediately. Dab going down, and Lily trying to get out. Trick not letting him, trying to catch him down, but he just can't. And that was an extremely quick first fight win. Gonna be some early distance for Hashira. Fantasy Star coming back. They're at the Mega, ready to push out. Midnight falls low. They're hunting them down. He uses his ant to keep himself up. And Narcoma and Lily Boy stare at each other with the spikes. Trick keeping pressure on that point. Narcoma finds Talalu in this room. A lot happening in this Mega. Lily comes from behind, traps Narcoma in. He falls down to the wall. Oh, Hashira get this checkpoint so early. Midnight just never left the point, and they just got it. Inside just living as long as he can on that point, and Trick falling soon after. I think all of us here get these forward spawns. And there's no weird paused.
Loki thought that was a pause, not a tongue.
Oh, let's all blame
Oops.
WM, bruh. Blame WM. My goodness. Alright, we're back into the action. Alright. Yep. Narcoma's going in. His DPS aren't there just yet. Zombies finds the kill on the tab though, evening up the score and actually pushing the advantage for Hashira. That's a very good early pick, especially onto a Tracer. Narcoma's going in, hunting down Talalu. Slides away. Midnight is very deep, falls super low. Downpour comes out from Narcoma, misses everyone. Trick still finds Cooper. Talalu finds Silent though, evening up the score. Although Shadow's cleaning up their DPS. Although Midnight falls to pick onto Talalu before he leaves. Damn, Narcoma, actually a lot going on in this room. Frostbomb comes out from Dab. And the whole Fantasy Star actually able to take that fight, although all the trades coming out. Trying to stall the point a little bit, Trick. Trying to buy as much time as possible for his team to come back. Lilybo goes into the room to try to force him out, although the rest of his team is right behind him. Dab trying to do the same thing, trying to keep pressure on that point, although Trick's not letting him get that checkpoint. Downpour comes out from Lily, although it doesn't find anyone. They're playing with their rush on point. Cooper comes out with his own rush trying to help his team. Lilyboy does fall low, although B comes out from Shadow to keep his team up. Midnight still falls to Lilyboy. Blade comes out from Sino, looking for any sort of pick. Trick finds Shadow and gets a stick on the Cooper, and Tanoa finds Narcoma. Sino not able to find any pressure from the Blade, but he forces everyone to run away. So close to the checkpoint. Dab's trying his best to get it, trying to clean up these last remaining DPS. And Lily Boy is not letting up. Him and Talalu are putting as much pressure as they can. And Talalu pops that overclock to secure that checkpoint.
Let's bring it
really
home,
giving
people.
it their all for
Well done.
everything here.
Let's keep it up.
Solid pushes up trying to get some more damage, but Fantasy Star take the lead here going into the first bend of the second half of the map. These fights have been quite down and dirty so far. No really clean engage since that first fight. Cooper forces his Suzu early. Midnight engages with the beat with their team. Cooper falls low. He gets taken out. So does Shadow. All the pressure coming onto Lily, but they hunt down Telalu first. Dab trying to stall at the point. Recall forced out. Giving his life for the cause. Zombie standing still. Able to get the kill still. And Lily is just able to get out maybe, but Narcoma and Sino are not letting him. He gets the Mega, but it's not enough. Able to retake the bot. Hashira need a couple fight wins if they want to take the lead here. They have the downpour. They have the pulse bomb. They go in with the downpour from Narcoma. Not able to get anyone. Fantasy Storm able to disengage really well here, and they're starting to push back up. Dab looking for pulse bomb somewhere. Suzu comes out from zombies already. Narcoma falls very low. Nothing protecting here. He backs out. Pulse bomb comes out, but Narcoma already falls. It's alright. Telalu gets Sino. Cooper falls. 2 zombies. Some trades here coming out. Dab getting tricked. Lilybull cleaning up Midnight. It's a win going for Fantasy Star here. Only having lost the 1 player. Shadow heads his way back to spawn to taxi them back to hopefully get a full re-engage here. Narcoma trying his best to take back control of this high ground as fast as possible. His team right behind them. With Cooper and Shadow back into the fight. Trick looking for the backline. Zombies pops this rush here. Trick finds Shadow and Dab able to get some good damage, and Cooper falls low. Suzu comes out. They're still looking at him. They're still looking for the kill. Telalu falls. Cooper falls. And it's just Lily left on point, fending for their life. Are they going to go for a stagger here onto Lily? No, they finished them off. And they keep pressure onto this point. And Hashira are now threatening to go for the lead here. Getting this forward spawn. 1 fight win to take the lead here. It is possible for them. Lily has the downpour. Actually, all 5 ults coming up for Fantasy Star. They begin with the rush from Cooper. Sino pops the blade. He falls low. He's able to still find Telalu. He goes in hard. Recall forced out of Dab. Cooper still falls. So does Dab and Shadow. Even with the rush, Fantasy Star this kill still can't find an answer. Then they fall and they lose the lead here. They still have 4 ults coming up, although losing that lead is going to hurt them a lot. Hashira can now really play with the 3 ults that they have to extend the lead as much as they can. They're going to try to force out as much as they can from Fantasy Star so they can hold on to the lead. Zombies use Suzu early. Lilyboy goes for the downpour, unable to find anyone. Zombies able to TP away. Fight's going out quick. Sino's able to find Shadow. Telalu finds a trade onto your Trick. He's going for another one. Lilyboy gets Midnight. Sino cleans up on the Dab. Telalu is really gunning for that Kiriko, but he's unable to get it kept up by his Kiriko. He slides back in, looking for more blood. Sino drops low. Telalu finds zombies. He finds Sino. He finds them all. Cooper keeping Telalu in that fight for so long, able to just aggress onto everyone. And Fantasy Star able to take that fight without committing too much. They are being a lot stricter with their ult usage compared to last map. It's a lot better for them. Able to keep up a lot more pressure, able to keep their rotations going, and possibly make this comeback in these last 2.5 minutes. Downpour coming out from Narcoma. It gets Shadow. B comes out to keep himself up. The mirror B comes out. Telalu with the ult clock and immediately gets annihilated. He wasn't able to find any value from it. Cooper being trapped by Narcoma. He's able to TP out. Fight rotates back on the point. Lilyboy taking a lot of damage. Cooper taken down by Trick. As Sino tries to clean up. Recall force out of Dab and he's out. Lilyboy again is able to make his way out. He's done a really good job in making sure he doesn't die in these fights, although his team cannot say the same. Hashira have control once again. They're going to be getting this forward spawn by the looks of it and able to threaten more. Looking to close this game out on map 4. Hashira trying to do their best. Leaving the bot here. They're going to try to play this high ground. And Narcoma's going to fight on this archway here. Rush comes out from zombies trying to push in. Lilyboy's cut off a little bit. Midnight and Trick going for a hit on the backline. Tilala falls to the post. The Cooper trying to pull to rush, try to get something back, but it's not enough. Zombies getting two. And even with the rush committed, it was just too late. And Fantasy Star are really on the back foot here. Cooper swaps onto the Ana and Dab onto Reaper. They need something here. Almost a minute left on the clock. They're down by over 40 meters. Blade out from Sino, looking for Dab. Dab rapes away. Lillywell out. He's caught out by the wall. A lot of pressure on him. He falls really low. Narcoma's able to get him. And Hashira about a full cap here. Kill on the Dab. Cooper finds zombies, but it's not enough. Midnight tries to get out on the Lucio, but it's just not enough. Hashira make it all the way to the end and fully cap here on Esperanza to take the win 3-1 against Fantasy Star. Hashira are going to continue their run in the upper bracket, heading into their next game against No Name Needed. Unfortunately, Fantasy Star lose their first game playoffs and will fall to the losers bracket, which will be played out next week. That was such an exciting game. Very, very exciting. Very good from both teams. It was very fun watch. And Hashira take the lead in the end. That was a fun first game to cast. I'm really proud of both teams though. I'm friends with a lot of these people. It was fun to watch. Fun to watch. And with that, unfortunately, that's gonna be the end of today's broadcast and also the end of round 1 of playoffs for I'm pretty sure all the tiers in Kaizen. And we'll catch you on the next game sometime next week.
We might do some interviews.
And just hold on to your pants for 1 second. We might have some more coming up. All right, and just as a little bonus, after our exciting game today, I have a Midnight Mare with me from the team of Hashira, who was their main support player, playing mostly Lucio and Zenyatta throughout the series for a little interview, for a little MVP interview. How are you feeling, Nightmare, after that game?
Very good. Vibes are high.
That's wonderful to hear. So walk me through what was the thought process of heading into Zenyatta, especially for King's Row? Because Zenyatta's just very prone to getting walked onto and very much a glass cannon sort of character, you know?
Um, I when I think about like when I'm gonna swap Zen, I just basically think about like is our tank kind of like overpowering, or their sorry enemy tank overpowering my tank, so I could just kind of put Discord on the enemy tank the entire time and just it drags the fights out longer, which is what we like most of the time. So
Yeah,
it
I don't
benefits our
understand
team.
that. I noticed your discords. Your team had really good focus firing. Every time you put discord on someone that either blew up or you forced out a lot of cooldowns. That was always wonderful to see, especially in the Orisa against Cesaria. You guys were putting in a lot of pressure onto the enemy tank, just really not letting them play the game, especially on Kings. Um, which leads me into what was my next question? Baruchu, I blanked. I should have wrote these down. Any thoughts from you, WM, so far? What are your thoughts on this game? I know you've been watching in the corner.
I thought it was really interesting the whole time. It was very close. Lots of really good alt usage throughout, I would say.
Yeah, no, you guys were very, very good with your ult usage throughout, especially on circuit as well. Um, yeah, no. So how were the comms sounding? Were you guys like stressed at all? Like feeling good? Like what was the vibe on the team?
No, we weren't stressed at all. We, would take a second to chill, kind of get our bearings a little bit, and then we would talk through every single ban and, what ban would benefit us more than the other. We weren't stressed at all.
It's always good to hear, calm and collected. You guys really kept a cool head throughout. I mean, did you guys have any worries? Especially you guys dropped the first map. Were there any worries there at all, or was it just like we can bounce back?
We definitely knew we could bounce back because first round, first map, it was very, very close. We just had some very minor mistakes that we made, and our coach definitely yelled at us for it because we should have won first map. But we bounced back and
Mhm.
we composed ourselves.
Yeah. And I was also really impressed with your Lucio, especially on Esperanza. You guys had some really good engages with Sino and Narcoma as well. That was really good. I praise you for that. Those
Thank
really
you.
good timings. With that, I don't really have any other questions. Kept it short and sweet. Anything you want to add, WM?
No, that's all good for me.
All right, sounds good. And good luck to you, Midnight, and the rest of Ashira in your next game in a couple weeks. Continue your upper bracket run.
All right, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful
No
day.
worries. Take
You
care.
too.
Yeah, keep it up.
See ya.
And with that, that brings us to an actual end to our broadcast today. Thank you all for coming out and joining us tonight, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.